YouTube? We're back, episode 3 of the Franchise Playaz NBA 2K series. If you missed episodes 1 and 2, make sure you go check those out. They're on the page. And we're going to keep going on with this amazing story that we have. So if you watched last episode, we left off on a devastating loss to the Houston Rockets after making a crazy comeback in the second half. And then just a couple bad plays, a couple miscues on my part towards the end of the game. And it caused us to lose this one. So things that I wanted to add to this series, it's been going on pretty well, but I wanted to add some big names and some big storylines to add to this league going on. So as we look at the playoff picture, I was like, okay, what's some things that can really shake up this league in the East and the West, and what's gonna add? So I decided to use our good old friend ChatGPT. I had ChatGPT come in and make random event generation for my 2K league, and it gave me two scenarios. One scenario was called Hot Streak, team with the best win streak, and we boosted their offensive stats by 3 points. So that team that's on this hot streak, their offense is just going to be elevated by the whole team for the next month. So that team is going to be on fire. And on the other side, we had the All-Star tears his ACL. This event generation allowed the one team in the league, one team that's considered a playoff team or play-in team, could have one of their top 2 players on their team. He will go out with an ACL injury and will be out for the remainder of the season. So when I did the random event generation, I just looked into it and I was like, okay, which team should I use? I know the playoffs was looking pretty good. I was like, okay, how are we going to do this? So I decided if we're going to use random events, let's go ahead and keep the teams random. So I threw in the teams 1 through 10 for the East, and then 1 through 10 for the West. Top 20 teams, and I put the East side in first because I just happened to be in the East, and then I put the West side in. So it was 1 through 10 over here, and then the Thunder started 11 through 20. And when I did the random number generator, I got team 9. And it's, if you look over here on the Eastern Conference standings, team 9 happened to be the Miami Heat. And I said, there's no way a team where we are already on a 5-game losing streak just lost one of our top 2 players. So I go in, I do random number generator again. I do 1 and 2. And the player that was injured was Tyler Hero, my second best player on the team. He went out with a torn ACL, must have happened overnight in practice. He was having a career year, 50, 40, 84, averaging 20 points. He was stepping very much into this point guard role. But if we look at Tyler Hero's season, he has yet to have played a full season. 55, 54, 66, 67, 42, 77 last season, and then 54 so far this season. So he was on pace to having another 60-plus games played season. But we can't fight with the odds. It was random. I wouldn't have any reason to lie to you all. I got Team 9 as the Miami Heat, and I got my second highest overall player. So Tyler Hero will be missing the remainder of the season for us. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. If we look at what he was doing the past couple games for us, he was the only thing really keeping us afloat in this losing stretch that we've had. So if we go over to recent games, last game he had a pretty okay game, but he almost had a triple-double. 4 turnovers is one thing that you can't really look past, but 6 assists, 7 rebounds the game before that. He's doing everything he can. He's trying to be our point guard, giving us 8 assists, 12 assists, 8 assists. Like, Tyler Hero's trying to be that guy for us, and it hurts. It hurts to have him be gone. Now we have to rely very heavily on Bam Adebayo and some other guys to step up. Jaime Jaquez is one that I really need to step up over the next month and the remainder of this season, actually. And with that being said, I went in, changed my rotations a little bit to where we'll have a lineup that's a little bit better suited For our star player, we'll have Davion Mitchell at the 1, Norman Powell slots over to the 2, Jaime Jaquez slots to the 3, Bam at the 4, and Khalil Ware off the 5. I went back and forth deciding that I want Khalil Ware starting or if I wanted Andrew Wiggins starting, and I'm not sure. It's because Khalil Ware, he's been hooping lately. From the past couple games, his rebounds and the points that he is giving us is just insane. And I don't know if I want to keep that as a bench bucket for right now or if I want to try that into the starting lineup. So I wanted to try it in the starting lineup for a little bit. And if it wasn't really working out, I was probably going to bring him off the bench and bring Andrew Wiggins in, or maybe take Jaime Jaquez and put some more defense here and allow Jaime to just be the sixth man off the bench and score all the points. Something. We're going to have to figure it out. And actually, I kind of like that a little bit better. Jaime would be our bench bucket. I give him 28 minutes a night. He'll be sixth man of the year. I know it's a little too late for that, but yeah, he hasn't been scoring the ball, so we need him to put the ball in the goal. And allowing him to be the charge of this second unit with a lot of guys who are playing a lot more minutes than they're used to. He can show that he can be a leader, step up into a nice role, and be that guy for us. The other team that was on a hot streak, if you didn't see it earlier, I just went down. I went all NBA, current streak, and I just sorted it. And it was the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks currently are on a 6-game win streak. And like I said at the beginning, the hot get hotter. The Atlanta Hawks, I boosted all of their but their offensive attributes by 3, even though Jalen Johnson's missing a week. So I just went in, came here, quick edited the whole row, and I went mid-range, three-pointer, and shot IQ. Those 3 attributes went up, so this team, they're going to hit a lot more shots and hopefully translate to a couple more wins. Right now, they're sitting towards the bottom of the conference as well, so giving them, or right in the middle, maybe it gives them a nice little gap from being around these teams over here, and they can jump the Magic and maybe catch a 4th seed and get a home court advantage in the first round. We'll look and see what that does for them. Like I said in my last video, we're going to simulate and try and get to this Orlando Magic game to see how it is, see how we're feeling, where we're looking in the playoff picture, and see if this game is important to us. Today is March 1st, contract extension, and right now we don't have any extensions available. The only person who we could is Terry Rozier, and as you guys know, he's dealing with a suspension. So we're going to pass over the Terry McLaurin extension, even though he is signing for a minimum. But with that suspension, I don't believe he will be coming back to the league. So we'll get to this March 3rd game against the Brooklyn Nets. We don't want to stop simulating. And it's a win. We break the 5-game losing streak with a win over Brooklyn. Norman Powell 21, Bam Adebayo 21, Khalil Ware 12 and 7. Jaime Jaquez, he was able to get up some more shots after the last time I was playing with him. He had 1. Khalil Ware fouled out in 20 minutes. Okay, 2K. Norman Powell 5 fouls, Jaime Jaquez 4. 50% from the field. He's really my main guy that I'm watching to see how he's going to perform, because if you didn't know, Jaime Jaquez has the team option, and it'll be a deciding factor of, do we want to keep him, do we go in a different direction, because he's supposed to be that fill-in piece to take over for something like a Wiggins, $20 million, or do we pair him in a trade? He's a young star or a young decent player that's coming in and trying to get minutes, so we'll see what happens with him in the offseason. Another game against Brooklyn. This time we're home, and it's another win. We beat Brooklyn back-to-back. We love to see it. Norman Powell leading the charge. Is looking like somebody decided to come step up. Simone Fontecchio, 6 threes, 23 points in 18 minutes. What a game for Simone. He's looking like somebody who's saying, hey, coach, bring me back in the offseason. Khalil Ware with almost 20 boards, 3 blocks. That's what you love to see. There's Jaime Jaquez coming to life. 9 for 13, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And we didn't foul out. That's the best part. This was overall a great game. That third quarter, we really put it on them. We almost beat them in every quarter. We lost a couple quarters by 1 point, but overall, just a great team game. On the road in Charlotte, shout out J. Cole. And J. Cole must have been in attendance. He said, we're not getting those tickets to go see the fall off. And Charlotte beat us. It's a team where they've been open. I can't lie, they're above us. It was a very important game that we needed to beat them in order to further gap ourselves from where they're looking at, because they're right behind us, and they must have lost a couple games. They're 2 games now behind us, so that brought them a little bit closer. But I really want to get out of this 9 seed, so that way we at least can secure ourselves 2 play-in games. I know we'll be missing Tyler Hero, but I don't want us to be a one and done in the play-in right now. I want to give us at least a buffer of playing 1 more game. But being only 2 games behind that, it's a real tight race all the way up to pretty much the 6 and 7 seed right now. So it's looking pretty good for us. We got to string together some wins, though, that's for sure. At home against the Detroit Pistons, and we take another loss, back-to-back losses again. Bam Adebayo putting up a good game. Norman Powell doing what he could. And overall, just we couldn't get anybody else to step up. Cade and Jalen Duren just torched us. They torched us. If they're both giving us 30, it's hard to compete with that right now. I cannot lie to you. It's very hard to compete with something like that. Next, we got a home game against the Washington Wizards. And we take another loss to the Washington Wizards, one of the worst teams in the league. Jaime Jaquez, 18 points. Since I moved him off the bench, he's been a lot better of a player. Overall, it didn't look like we had a bad game. Norman Powell was in foul trouble for quite a bit of the game. So was Davion Mitchell. I can't complain. He had 11 assists. If he's being a point guard, he's stepping up. That's what we need. Was it just, it was a Trey Johnson masterclass. He only missed 2 shots. And hit 4 threes. Washington Wizards will be a scary team in the East right now. Come over to the Milwaukee game, and we win. At home against Milwaukee, Bam, almost a triple-double with 28, 12, and 9. Khalil Ware with a double-double. Norman Powell with 23 points. Jaime Jaquez, 12. Great game all around. Great game. Davion Mitchell can't score, but we know that that's not what his role is on this team. Giannis, all-time stinker. 36 minutes, 8 points. Is that the Khalil Ware stop? Did he have a lot of blocks? He had 2 blocks. Or it's either Khalil Ware or Bam Adebayo. But 8 points. A guy that we were looking at potentially being a new Miami Heat. Against us, we just shut him down. We just shut down Giannis. He was a minus 21 that game. Great team wins. And as we come over to this Orlando Magic game, we are 33 and 34. We take a look at the playoff picture. 33 and 34. We're about a game and a half behind the Philadelphia 76ers. And about 2 games ahead of the Charlotte Hornets. So far, we've been making progress, continuing to be on the winning streak. And another team, speaking of winning streak, let's go ahead and take a look at the Atlanta Hawks, who have now won 11 straight. They have now won 11 straight games. The Atlanta Hawks are pushing. They're trying to be a top 3 seed is what it's looking like. I want to try and speed this series up and get to the playoffs and get to the offseason, because I know that's what's going to be a lot more interesting to see. So I'm going to try and get through at least the remainder of the month of March on this video through Sim. I know it's not the type of video that I've been putting out where I was playing games, but I feel like some of these videos you guys have to just see a little bit of the behind the scenes work, a little bit of overall just seeing how the Sim turns out, because I know my playing and my skill can vary the results. So I just want to see if I'm able to build a great team. Orlando Magic game, we'll simcast this game. And as it looks like, we started off the first quarter pretty hot. We gave it back up in the second and came through in the third, and it's looking like we're going to walk away with a win. We beat the Orlando Magic. Norman Powell had 24 points. Bam Adebayo 22, 8, and 4. Jaime Jaquez off the bench has been almost a 20-point scorer as of late. As of late, post Tyler Hero injury, he had 8 points in the first game, and then after that, because look at the shot attempts. He went from 1 in the game that I was using him to 8, 13, 12. I changed the tendencies a little bit for him to take some more shots, and right now it's coming to fruition. I'm liking it. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Jaime. Andrew Wiggins, perfect from the field, 18 points. That's what you love to see. Guys who are still able to do that. And Simone going back to Charlotte again, and we take another loss to the Hornets. The Hornets just have our number this year. Bam Adebayo, 15, 14, 15. Oh my God, we're stealing 3 blocks. We let a game like that go to waste. Next game against the Lakers is another win. We need it. We need the wins right now. We really need the wins to keep pushing. Khalil Ware has just been hooping. Jaime Jaquez, we definitely have found his role. I will add more random events for like players who have good games. If they're playing a lot better, I don't trust the 2K player progression system. Again, I used another person's sliders who's dived deep into the game and understood like how players should actually progress. But if players are playing good, in my book, they deserve to be better. Another win against the Rockets. Right now, we're on a roll. Alperen Sengun couldn't get it going. And on our side, Jaime Jaquez. Wow, who would have thought? Who would have thought this is the role that he needed to be in? Was the sixth at home against Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs, and we lose. De'Aaron Fox with a 32-9 game, and Wemby 26, 9, 2, 3 steals, 3 blocks. Just a tough team. That's a tough team to beat. We're still putting up good wins, but we're gonna keep it pushing. The Cleveland Cavaliers box score. Davion. Oh, that's Donovan Mitchell. I was about to say Davion Mitchell with 32. That's unexpected. Davion Mitchell with 6 is a little bit more expected. Jaime Jaquez, he's been hooping. Look at him. He's averaging 10 on the year. 10 on the year, and if you take a look at his past games, it's 20, 20, 24, 17, 20, 19, 12, 18, 13, 14, 19, and 8 points. Those are his numbers since being moved to a 6-man of the year role. Another game against the Cavaliers, and we win back-to-back games against the Cavs after Donovan Mitchell goes for 40 and 32 against us. Norman Powell with a 30. Bam Adebayo with 31 and 13. 5 assists. Jaime Jaquez 15 and 11. Andrew Wiggins coming together. We didn't even need Khalil Ware. Bro, 2K. What are we looking at? 6 fouls in 12 minutes. He fouled out in the first quarter, 2K. In the first quarter? What are we doing? That's just unreal. Moving on to the Indiana Pacers game. Oh, we lose by 1. Zubac in the 34 and 8 from Zubac. Norman Powell with 33 points, and we lose that game. Davion Mitchell gave us his probably season high. It literally was his season high of 17, and we let that game go. To end out the week, we beat the 76ers. Khalil Ware 24 and 10 with a double-double. Jaime still hooping off the bench. Bam Adebayo with a pretty well-rounded game. And we're able to beat the 76ers, who is another team that's right outside this playoff picture, but we're all right here pushing. For these spots. We're a game behind the Magic, the Raptors, and the Hawks. A game and a half behind the Celtics. We have a chance to make it from the 8th seed to the 4th seed with a nice little win streak. That's all we want to see how. The Atlanta Hawks have lost their last 4 after we saw that they went 11. They won 11 straight. And now they've lost their last 4. But with that being said, their hot streak is now officially over. So I'll go. Andrew Wiggins suffered an injury, strained hip. Okay, interesting. Oh, Double O broke his ankle. Wow. When did that happen? When did that happen? He hasn't played since March 14th, so that's where the 11 games came from. They were right here. And then post March 14th, after Double O went down, they've won one of their last 9. Wow. That's crazy. Your starting center goes out with a broken ankle. That's kind of what happens. I'm taking their attributes back to where they were originally. And that's what happened with the Atlanta Hawks this season. But with that being said, we'll probably end off episode 3 right there. Getting down to April 1st, the Miami Heat were sitting at 39 and 37 as the 8th seed. Take a look over here at the playoff picture. We're sitting at the 8th seed. We're a game above Charlotte as the 9. And we're half a game behind the Orlando Magic, with making us 1 game behind the Atlanta Hawks for the 6th seed. We are right there. We wanted to get out of the play-in. We're a game behind, and it's very doable. We have a couple games left going into the season. We have about 6 games left. I know you guys are ready for the playoffs, as I'm ready for the playoffs too. So I'm trying to get these videos out for y'all, and we're going to keep working.